A robot vacuum just climbed a flight of stairs, picked up your dirty socks and organized them in your laundry basket. Nope, you didn't fall asleep watching Black Mirror. This is real, and it's happening in 2025. The crazy part, while most people are still buying Roombas that bounce around like drunk penguins, a handful of companies just dropped vacuums so advanced they are basically household robots. And today, we're counting down the 5 smartest robot vacuum cleaners in the world. As always, I've put the links to each product in the description below for your convenience. We'll start with something that completely changes the game. You know how robot vacuums are great until you have to pick them up and carry them upstairs? Well, the Eufy MarsWalker solves that. Think of it like a NASA rover with a backpack. It literally carries the vacuum inside itself, climbs your stairs like a tank, drops the vacuum off, and then goes back to recharge. The Omni S2 is no slouch either. With 30,000 pascals of suction power, about 4 times stronger than its older model, it's strong enough to suck dirt out of thick carpets like they owe it money. And it doesn't just vacuum, it mops too. With its 29cm roller mop that scrubs the floor while cleaning itself at the same time, it presses down with up to 15 newtons of force. That's similar to someone pushing on a mop with the weight of a heavy bowling ball. The base station is like a mini car wash for the robot. It rinses the mop with hot water, dries it with hot air, empties the dirty water, refills it with fresh water, and even bags the dust for you. Basically, you don't even have to touch the mess. And thanks to 3D mapping and AI, it doesn't just guess where your rooms are. It builds a super precise map of your home. You can say, hey, just clean under the dining table, and it heads straight there like it's got GPS. The Omni S2 even releases scents while it cleans. From bamboo to bergamot and sage, it's one scented candle away from replacing your housekeeper. Now, if you thought stair-climbing was impressive, wait until you see what this next vacuum brings to the table. The MOVA P10 Pro Ultra is the definition of mid-range price with premium tricks. It's got 13,000 pascals of suction, and in deep clean tests, it pulled up dust, crumbs, and even pet hair. And if you live with a furry friend, you'll love its zero tangle brush. Way less hair tangles than most robots. Perfect if your dog sheds enough to knit a sweater every week. The P10 also mops with dual spinning pads that actually scrub instead of just dragging a damp rag. And the pads lift automatically when it senses carpets, so your rugs don't end up soggy. As an added bonus, it's got a side mop extension that reaches baseboards and edges. With LiDAR mapping and smart obstacle detection, it can dodge over 70 common objects, even in the dark, thanks to its built-in light. The magic continues with the Omni dock. It empties the dustbin, refills water, washes the mop pads with hot water, and dries them with heated air. And get this, the app lets you control rooms, schedules, and cleaning modes, and even gives you a live video feed so you can check in on your pets while it cleans. Now, it's not flawless. Stubborn stains like dried coffee can give it trouble, and it doesn't pull as much embedded pet hair as the higher-end models. Plus, MOVA is still a newer brand, so long-term reliability isn't as proven. But if you want strong cleaning, smart automation, and a decent price, the P10 is a smart pick. Before we move on, if you're loving these next-level gadgets so far, hit that like button and subscribe for weekly videos of all the tech that makes your home smarter. Alright, let's get back to the robots. This next vacuum cleaner sounds like science fiction. The Dreame Matrix 10 Ultra is the first robot vacuum in history that can swap its own mop pads, which makes it one of the most advanced robots on the market. And the way it works is mind-blowing. The dock stores 3 different mop sets, one tough scrub pad for greasy kitchen floors, a soft sponge pad for delicate wood, and an everyday fiber pad for normal cleaning. The robot knows what surface it's on, switches to the right pad, and even changes out dirty ones mid-clean. Once it's done, it washes the dirty pad in 212-degree hot water, dries it, and stores it like it's fresh out of the laundry. When it comes to power, the Matrix 10 Ultra brings 30,000 pascals of suction. That's like a leaf blower in reverse glued to your carpet. That's how strong this vacuum pulls dirt. And if you have pets, this vacuum has an anti-tangle dual brush system that eats up fur without getting clogged. It can also climb over 8cm thresholds with its Pro Leap wheels, basically an off-road Roomba. And for navigation, it sees over 200 240 objects, dodges them, and even has a retractable laser sensor that lowers it so it can fit under any furniture. The Dreame Matrix 10 Ultra is like a cleaning crew that shows up with the right tools for every single room in your house. Moving on to number 2, we have the Ecovacs X9 Pro Omni. And this one scrubs like a caffeinated janitor. It's a robot vacuum that pretty much does everything. It's got 16,600 pascals of suction, basically a mini jet engine under your couch that gets rid of dust, dirt, and pet hair in a jiffy. Now, the real magic is in the mopping system, because instead of dragging a flat pad like most robots, it's got a self-washing roller mop. This vacuum scrubs with 3,700 pascals of downward pressure while spinning at 220 revolutions per minute. That's like a rolling pin with elbow grease. It scrubs stains like dried coffee until they vanish. And because it cleans its mop while it works, it doesn't smear dirty water around your house. Navigation is ridiculously smart. 3D AI cameras and sensors recognize over 100 objects, steer around them, and it even works in the dark with a built-in LED. No more finding your vacuum stuck in a mess of charging cables. But the best part is the Omni station. This dock is like a full pit crew. It empties the dustbin, refills the water tank, washes the mop with hot water, dries it with hot air, and even adds detergent for you. You don't have to touch a single thing. Some people go 90 days without ever opening the dust bag. Now, it's not perfect. Rugs with fringe can trip it up, and while the battery says 3 hours, it usually runs closer to 2. But let's be honest, 2 hours of cleaning while you do nothing is still a win. The Ecovacs X9 Pro Omni is basically the closest thing you can get to a fully hands-off cleaning system. If you want your home vacuumed and mopped with zero effort, this is the one to beat. And our top spot is taken by a vacuum cleaner which has redefined technological innovation today. This robot basically grew an arm. The Roborock Saros Z70 is the first vacuum with a foldable 5-axis mechanical arm. Normally, vacuums just avoid socks, shoes, and toys. This one picks them up, moves them, then circles back to clean underneath. At this point, I'm half expecting it to make me coffee. Imagine dropping your socks on the floor and your vacuum politely carrying them to the laundry basket for you. That's the level of advancement we're talking about. During its first run, it learns what objects it can move. On the next run, it knows what to do. Shoes go to the entrance rug, tissues go to the bin. It's basically organizing while it cleans. Honestly, it's the closest thing you'll get to a helpful roommate that doesn't complain. Or eat your snacks. It's loaded with cameras and sensors too, one on the arm, one on the front, and more AI than some laptops. It recognizes over 100 objects, and you can even train it to recognize 50 more. So if you wanted to know your kid's toy blocks, just teach it once and it's got it. Of course, it still vacuums like a champ, with 22,000 pascals of suction, anti-tangle brushes, and even a special side arm that drags dirt out of corners. And it's only 7.9 centimeters tall, so it slides on the low furniture like a tiny butler on wheels, who also knows parkour. So here's the big question. If you could only have one of these robot vacuum cleaners in your house tomorrow, which one's joining the family? The stair climber, the mop swapper, or the tiny butler with an arm? Drop your pick in the comments. I want to see which one wins. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss our next deep dive into gadgets that make your life easier, more productive, and a whole lot cooler. And remember, all the links are in the description below if you want to check them out for yourself.